It's me again, Paulo with one channel, and this is an FL Studio 20, or just really FL Studio because if you have 12 or 11, you can still follow along. This is an FL Studio beginner melody tutorial, if you couldn't tell, because that's what the title says as well. So we're going to use nothing but stock plugins because I want everybody to be able to participate. So this is stuff that anybody that has FL Studio can do. So we're just going to go to Citrus. Citrus is a good starter bank and even like a bank for even an experienced producer to get some sounds from. So when we're starting off our melody, there's obviously a lot of things to choose from. What we don't want is, and these are all labeled here, so we don't want an ARP right now. It's a little bit, that's not really what we're going for. We don't really want a bass. So we can use any bells, brass. There's just a lot of different things you can use. We don't want percussion, synths are typical, piano as well. Synth string you could use, keyboard, you can get some good sounds. So there's a lot of different ways we can go. So we'll just go ahead and go right into the DX7. This stuff's complicated. No, here's a pan flute. Pan flute's usually a good option. And I'm literally using my computer keyboard. So like again, everybody can do what I'm doing. This is like V right here. V. And to make notes on your computer keyboard, hit this right here. If you don't, it'll use a hotkey instead. So, or you can hit Control T, I believe is the hotkey for that. So let's get our BPM probably to 140. We want to also do this, and this is, I know this is for beginners, but this is just kind of like a habit you want to get into. Go to your piano roll here. Hit this. Go to stamp and bring it to minor harmonic. Okay. And we're going to lay down our first pattern here. So just left click here. We have it at 140. We're going to have this at half beat. And this is so it'll automatically line up. You can see like the little magnet. And this will make sense. This is kind of hard to explain, but it just automatically locates what you're playing to like kind of like where you'd probably want it. So if this is at none, like it'll literally record exactly what you played, which is probably not exactly what you want because it might be like a little bit off beat. So we're going to have it at half beat. We're going to turn the metronome on here and we're just going to hit play. And what's cool is, you can just record like as long as you want. You don't have to like record like right on point. So just start playing. Okay, so I'm gonna try to play something cool. So whatever that did, it's just me playing stuff. So that's kind of like where we're at right here. Notice how I kind of like tried to make an 8-bar out of it. And it sounds terrible so far. So this is really like all a part of melody making, which is editing. So, we can cut all this out. So what do we use here? So probably like starting right here, so we can right click, and again to highlight all that, hit Control. So, and we can also Control A, it'll highlight everything, bring it over, make sure you don't get it off. Yeah, okay, that could happen. Control A, slide it over, make sure it's the same notes. Okay, so now it's a little bit tighter, where you can see the 8 more clearly. And you just edit from there. See, I'm just dragging these over. Take the metronome off too if you want. So we know the chords, where the chords are supposed to be, so we can just automatically line these up on the step. Whoa. Okay, well, we know that chord is here. So it's just kind of going That last chord was very hard to play. This is the cool part about producing is, you know, you can make things that are like kind of impossible to actually play in like real time without like practicing over and over again. So trim some parts up, left. That's a little late, so you know that's supposed to be over there. I think that's kind of what we're going for there. See how I just brought stuff over? So, I mean, we could just work with that. That's your beginner melody right there. So, you know, you could stop there and depending on how new you are, this might be just enough to like start making a beat off of. When you have this beginner melody, you can control, once you have it in that tight A bar, control B it. That'll make it like however long you want it. You'll just keep dragging it over. So you can hear that. And we're gonna do a couple more things to the mel, aka the melody. Might as well check out where the effects are. So you could do a bunch of fancy stuff, but you can also just hit Control L, highlight melody, Control L, and bring it right into the mixer here. Typically, when you're making a melody, you kind of want to turn the volume down because this is just to make rooms for your other drums and whatnot. Now, if you're just exporting a melody pack, you can keep the volume up if you want. We're going to turn it down for the sake of what we're doing here. Whoa. That was annoying. And then we could go as far as to add some effects. I got a friend that loves the delay 3. Personally, I think it's annoying. So you can add like a little. Oh, that actually sounds kind of cool. You could try the convolver too. It just adds like a unique sound. And if you do go up in the reverb, you want to turn the volume down. You can see reverb here in case you're just confused like what is what. They're all labeled here. So these are probably as many effects as we want to add. So that's cool beginner melody tutorial. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comment section. And stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching. Piggity, piggity, peace out. Holla at your boy.